Okay, so Chapter 6. It really kicks off with this immediate feeling of something brewing, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You've got these two guys, Vlad and Ivan, just sitting in a muscle car watching Jack's apartment.
Right. Seems like standard surveillance on the surface.
But then Ivan drops that line about the security being tighter than it looks.
Yeah, and more security protocols than the FSB? I mean, that just grabs you, right?
It really does. It tells you straight away this isn't just some simple stakeout.
Yeah.
There are layers here, serious layers.
Exactly. And for anyone just joining us, this is building on a lot. We've already seen that security room incident.
The weird focus on Jack, his mom, Rita's whole situation with the arrest and escape, the FBI.
Plus, Willstrom getting suspicious and Jack basically being cut off from everyone.
So we're picking up that thread now, diving into what happens next in this pretty tangled narrative.
And our goal here, for you listening, is really to pull out the crucial bits from this chapter start.
Yeah, we want to get a handle on the immediate threats around Jack, the moves being made, without getting lost in the weeds.
Focusing on what you need to know right now.
Precisely, understanding the immediate situation.
Okay, so this surveillance, Vlad and Ivan. Vlad seems, well, impatient.
Definitely. Wants to just go in, grab Jack, and he's got that Russian accent, which, might be a clue.
It raises flags, for sure. But Ivan's the cautious one.
Very much so. He keeps saying they have orders, and he really emphasizes that security. More security protocols than the FSB. It's almost darkly funny, but it underlines the risk.
They can't underestimate this building, or maybe Jack himself.
And there's that interesting exchange about fear versus respect. Ivan says, don't confuse fear with respect.
What do you make of that?
Well, it suggests they answer to someone powerful, someone they respect, maybe even fear, but it's more than just being scared. And it hints Jack might be more significant than just some random target.
Interesting take. And then, almost like fate, Jack just drives out of the garage.
Right past them. They're so focused on the building, they completely miss him leaving.
Which is kind of amazing. Then the scene shifts, and we see Patrick. Remember him. Jack's neighbor.
Oh, yeah. And he also leaves unnoticed. Goes to this hidden red convertible, very slick.
Super cloak and dagger. Pulls out a phone, tracking app, single dot.
Right, which tells you Patrick is definitely not just some random neighbor caught in the crossfire. He's actively tracking Jack.
And the app shows Jack heading towards his office. But Patrick...
He deliberately goes a different way, and he actually mutters, he's heading to his office. I need to do something about this.
So intervention is clearly on his mind.
No question. Which makes you ask, who is this guy? His actions feel very calculated.
Then he makes that phone call. Unlisted number, calm voice on the other end.
Yeah, and Patrick gives these weird options. Grocery shopping, debt collection, or direct disruption.
It sounds like code, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like standard operating procedure for him.
Exactly. And the talk about consequences and needing resources put into place.
Specifically, the trip to Monaco. That sounds expensive, significant.
It really does. Not your everyday request. Then he sets a 10-minute timer. Precision.
And just then, he spots Jack pulling into a gas station. And who else is there?
Pilot Ivan. Right on Jack's tail.
So Patrick thinks fast. Sunglasses, cap instant disguise.
And bam, rams their car.
Just like that. A deliberate crash.
It's a textbook diversion, isn't it? He knows they need to follow Jack, so he creates this immediate problem for them.
And Jack's reaction. Or lack thereof.
Barely registers it. Just finishes getting gas and drives off, completely oblivious.
Which probably says a lot about where his head is at, something we see more of later.
Definitely. But Patrick plays his part perfectly, feigns an injury, talks about insurance.
Until Vlad spots the cash, Patrick scattered.
$100 bills.
Yes, the bait.
And, predictably, they grab the money and run. Problem solved. For Patrick, anyway.
It seems almost too convenient, right?
Yeah.
Makes you think Patrick planned for them to take the cash. A clean, quick way to get them off Jack's back for a bit. Seems likely. And the second they're gone, Patrick's whole demeanor changes.
Yep. Drops the act, gives a little chuckle, and then gets a text. Coordinates.
And he says, she really knows her codes. Who's she?
Another layer. Introduces this mysterious female figure, someone coordinating with Patrick through coded messages. Very intriguing.
And the coordinates are super close, less than a mile. So this was a very localized operation.
Seems like it. Stage 1 complete, perhaps.
Okay, so while Patrick's doing all that, let's swing back to Jack. He gets back from the gas station, and he's not looking good.
No, the description is really stark. Slow movements, effortful, his eyes are flat. The fire is gone, just drained.
Even the receptionist seems to notice something's off, and he's already talking about moving, getting things sorted for his departure.
He clearly wants out of his current life, his apartment, everything. But the exhaustion is palpable. Just getting into his office seems like a huge chore.
And then he makes that call, abruptly, to William, his VP.
Right. William comes in surprised to see Jack after, months.
Yeah. And Jack doesn't waste time. He's bitter. But the bombshell is when he asks William about selling the company.
And William's excuse, oh boy.
He blames the Rickson name being toxic because of the neighbors' complaints.
Which, as Jack immediately points out, makes zero sense because his name was never publicly linked to any of that.
You must think I'm an idiot, Jack says. You feel that.
It's pure betrayal, isn't it? From someone Jack clearly trusted, relied on. William's excuse just crumbles. It's obviously a cover for something else.
Yeah, you can see Jack's devastation, the watery eyes. It's the ultimate betrayal. Finding out your second in command is selling you out.
Especially when Jack's already so isolated and vulnerable. This is just brutal.
He storms out, tells William he's lost his integrity, leaves the whole office kind of stunned.
And then gets a parking ticket, like the universe is just kicking him while he's down.
And he's too numb to even care? It's just another thing.
It paints such a picture of someone hitting rock bottom, professionally and personally, all at once.
So Jack leaves. What does William do?
Immediately gets on the phone, sounds agitated, reporting Jack left, wanting this whole thing to be over.
But the voice he's talking to,
Yeah.
that's where it gets really dark.
Uh-huh. The voice just says Jack is finished, that they're just watching his life fall apart before the final move.
Chilling stuff. It makes it absolutely clear William is just a pawn.
A disposable pawn. When William asks about his own protection, the voice is dismissive. You get the company for now.
Implying his control is temporary, maybe even part of the plan to destroy Jack. William's furious, but powerless.
Exactly. He knows he's caught up in something much bigger and more dangerous than just a corporate takeover.
Okay, let's switch back to Patrick. He follows the coordinates from that text message.
Finds a black coupe, retrieves a hidden key. Very spy-like again.
Totally. He gets back to his place, starts looking at photos of Vlad and Ivan from the crash scene.
And that's when he finds it. The connection.
A link between William and Ivan.
Bingo. Patrick puts it together. William's been playing both sides.
So William isn't just betraying Jack for the company. He's actively working with the people surveilling him, the Russians.
That's the huge revelation. It connects the corporate betrayal directly to the physical threat against Jack. William is facilitating it.
Mind blown. So what does Patrick do with this info?
He leaves a voicemail for that same mysterious ma'am.
Ma'am again.
Yeah. He basically lays it all out. Suspects William helped the Russians target Jack, says the endgame is starting, and warns things are about to get chaotic.
Wow. So ma'am is clearly someone in charge, someone Patrick reports to. And the coded texts, the voicemail, suggests a pretty sophisticated operation on their side, too.
Definitely. Patrick is warning his handler, essentially, that the situation is escalating fast and it's going to get messy.
Okay, so let's try and wrap our heads around this. What do we learn?
Well, Vlad and Ivan are definitely watching Jack, but they seem to be part of a bigger, more organized operation than just two guys in a car. Security's tight.
Right. And Patrick isn't just a nosy neighbor. He's actively intervened, created a diversion, gathered intel. He's a player.
A resourceful one. And meanwhile, Jack is getting hit from all sides. Betrayal at work, betrayal by someone he trusted implicitly.
And he seems completely unaware of just how deep the manipulation goes. He knows William betrayed him, but not the Russian connection. Not yet.
The real aha moments for me were that detail about the building security.
Yeah, the FSB comparison.
Patrick's very deliberate, almost professional actions.
And that huge link Patrick found. William connected directly to Ivan. That ties it all together.
These aren't random events. They're clearly coordinated.
So for you, the listener, hopefully this deep dive helps clarify those escalating threats and these really significant hidden connections that came out in this chapter's opening.
We've peeled back some layers, but it leaves us with some big questions hanging, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Like, what is this final move they're planning for Jack?
And who is Ma'am? What's her role, her organization? Patrick works for someone.
And maybe the biggest question. How is Jack going to react when or if he finds out the full scope of this?
Yeah.
The depth of the betrayal.
Yeah. How does someone even begin to process all that? It sets things up for chaos, just like Patrick said.